Okay, kia ora and good afternoon everyone, welcome. Welcome to the Taupō District Council meeting, the last one of the triennium, 30th September 2025. Welcome members of the public, members of the press, executive and councillors, Deputy Mayor, good to see you all. We might just open with a karakia, if that's okay, and then we'll have a minute's silence for Situmi. Thank you very much. And if we could be upstanding again, please, for acknowledging two things. Situmi, the passing of Situmi, and also Belinda Walker, who's on our Kinloch representative group, lost her son tragically on Saturday night. So if we could have a minute's silence for Situmi and Jed. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right. Item 2, apologies we have this afternoon from Councillor Duncan Campbell, Councillor Sandra Greenslade and Councillor Christine Rankin. Do I have any apology? I believe that Karam is online, correct? Yeah. Kia ora, Karam.
Kia ora.
Kia ora. Could I have a mover, please, that those be accepted? Thank you, Councillor Shepherd, seconded by Councillor Williamson. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Carried. Now we have an urgent late item, correct? So if we could, do you need to know what the late item is, or? Local Government Funding Agency 2025 annual meeting matters. Can I have a mover that be accepted? Thank you, Councillor Taylor, seconded by Councillor Lachlan. All those in favour, please say aye. Against? Carried. Okay, when will we have that item be considered? 5.9, cool. Any conflicts of interest pertaining to the items today? No, we will move on then. 4.1, confirmation of minutes that were held on the 26th of August 2025. Any amendments of those minutes or any corrections? No? Cool. Could I have a mover, please, that those minutes be accepted? Thank you, Councillor Westman, seconded by Councillor Lachlan. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Carried. 5.1, valedictory speeches from outgoing councillors. Oh, no. Now is the hour. Now is the hour. Who wants to go first? Yeah. You were going, John? Councillor John Williamson.
Kia ora. Normally I do the gentlemanly thing and ladies go first, but seeing as she's requested me to go first, I'll thank you very much. Tēnā koutou katoa. Mayor David, Deputy Mayor Kevin, and fellow councillors, CEO Julie, thank you for the opportunity to reflect on my 4 terms. When first elected in 2013, I had some valuable insight into what to expect, thanks to my mother's 24 years of experience in local government. I also was in great company, learning from the wisdom of the late Keith Crate, the late Barry Hickling, both stalwarts, long-term and respected contributors to our district, and Anna Park and our lovely Kirsty Truman, who's in the room with us today. In the political climate where the call for change is often heard, I'm deeply appreciative of the support that allowed me to serve 4 terms. Notably, David, Kirsty and I are the only survivors of my 4 terms tenure. It's a privilege not to be taken lightly when representing your community. I just want to take this an opportunity to acknowledge former Councillor Anna Park, her contribution to a long-term service to our community, and notable committees like Emergency Management, Waikato Regional Transport Committee, and her other roles. Just want to acknowledge her. My first term started soon after the introduction of district-wide rating change from land value to capital value. We all remember that, don't we, David? A highly controversial decision with a petition over 6,000 signatures opposing it. Additionally, the inductions and extensive reading to familiarise oneself with policies, plans and procedures, and understanding the various roles staff performed was and is a continuous journey. Sadly, stalwart Keith Craig passed away in 2014, necessitating a first by-election of my tenure. From 2016 to 2019, following a by-election in 2017, Maggie Stewart joined us, along with Tom Kingi, representing Turangi with pride, significantly improving the atmosphere around the council table. We implemented numerous bylaws, including the flood hazard plan change and freedom camping regulations, established the Kinloch Rep Group, demolished the council building, and began the journey to our current location. We celebrated the 10th anniversary of our sister city relationship, Suzhou, made a trip to China. Kirst, remember that? You went on that? Yeah. We celebrated held a council meeting at Pakita Marae, signed the JMA with Tarot, witnessed two whānau deed of settlement signing ceremony at Waititoko Marae, explored options for Waira House, and declared our commitment to addressing climate change. During this period, Air New Zealand withdrew the Taupo Wellington route, and we welcomed Sounds Air, who sadly now are not available to us, so we have something that needs to be addressed in the future, hopefully. Declining the invitation to the 30th anniversary of our sister city relationship with Haikani was something I wish we hadn't done. From 2019 to 22, we faced different challenges, including COVID-19, social disconnections, misinformation, and many ways of working, Zoom meetings. The mayoral delegation to Japan and China was abandoned. We commenced the district pinch point reviews in light of the government's 3 water reforms, endorsed Māori representation, and established the Māori ward. It's something I strongly endorse. We also addressed a Nukaho plan change and signed the Mana Whakahana agreement, developed the Taupo document Tūkapa Kanapana, welcomed my Noki worm farm. During 22-25, Ngā Toi Arts and Culture Plan was developed. We implemented the housing strategy, completed the town centre transformation project, and made further plan changes. We installed the Southern Trunk sewer line, supported Sculptor Trust Boom Boom project, and adopted local order done well, the water service delivery plan. Congratulations to our team on that achievement. Delaying the JMA with the Trust Board, I feel, was somewhat hijacked, a matter of not letting the facts get in the way of a good story, I believe. A letter that was sent to a lobby group without regard to some important context within the document. For example, the capacity to terminate the extension matters. However, I believe socialising with the community will deliver a positive outcome. I will qualify this by saying we are campaigning, and there's a lot of campaigning print goes into local papers, so there's timing there. But I am disappointed, though, however, in that apparent lack of empathy currently with social media headlines grabbing election campaigning, considering Tū Wharetāua, and many others are mourning the loss of Ariki Tā Tumu Tuhiu, a man who leaves not just a record of achievement, but an enduring legacy of humility, service and vision. We look forward, the council going forward will look forward to working with his successor. Hosting events including the World Half Ironman and Supercars, Champs and Supercars proved to be smart investments. Despite facing significant economic pressures, we managed to deliver services that meet the community's needs and wants. Clearly, I've only given snapshots of the enormous amount of projects and work that's done by our management team. Throughout my tenure, I've found each term rewarding and have appreciated the positive, constructive and supportive roles of councillors, in particular acknowledging first termers Sandra, Danny, Karam and Rachel. While I support critical and independent thought, there is no I in team. Operating under democracy requires respect and collaboration. Einstein once said, quote, "Stay away from negative people, they have a problem for every solution." I have always felt strongly about protecting the well-being of our CEO and staff and have the utmost respect for the integrity and commitment often under trying conditions. It is essential to resist meddling in day-to-day management while monitoring progress and outcome. Elected members, when on vanity and ego trips who disregard and compromise this, really have no place at this table, or it can be a very lonely journey. Finally, I wish everyone the best in finding inspiration to continue advancing a thriving, vibrant, resilient district for current and future generations to visit or call home. Good luck to those seeking re-election or election. My advice is to embrace challenges, as every challenge creates an opportunity. Do not stand on single agendas or make promises without understanding all the issues. Although we are acutely aware of rating pressure with great capping, beware what you wish for, likely unintended consequences. Avoid point scoring or seeking individual publicity, as it's a waste energy and resources. As my late mother said, think long term, build strong relationships and maintain balance and a sense of humour. Hia te aikaia te rangatira, I korero, korero, korero. What is the food of leaders? It is communication. Good communication, internally and externally, is essential for leadership. Personal achievements per se are great and should be celebrated, but seeking the limelight has never been my driver. It has always been about pursuing and celebrating the vision. Our vision, a district of connected communities that thrive and embrace opportunities with positive outcomes achieved collectively as a team. Well, the one standout achievement is my decade as a council rep, along with fellow councillors like Kylie Leonard, Tonganui Kingi, great representation as well. And also on the Lake Taupō Protection Joint Committee, Taupō Māori Trust Board, a signatory since 2017, a legacy project internationally recognised for cleaning up our lake and waterways. Thank you to David, all fellow councillors, past and present, Kirsty, Carmen and Anna, all the best for your future endeavours. Thank you to former CEOs, Gareth Green, Rob Williams, as senior management teams, to Julie, our current CEO, acknowledging your leadership and exceptional team. To the community, celebrating cultural diversity, our social sector, our business community entrepreneurs, volunteer groups, our youth, especially to groups engaged under my environment and arts and culture portfolios and joint governance and management team roles. There is much to celebrate with this awesome place we live in. Celebrate the national awards and recognition. I look forward to spending quality time with my family and friends, travelling and maintaining roles in community organisations. I'll leave you with this quote from General Norman Schwarzkopf. Leadership is a potent combination of strategy and character, but if you must be without one, be without strategy. Ki kite anō, see you again, but not round here.
Up with Kirsty, and just acknowledge John in the back row there. Tama was there, but they're out the reception, are they? Good to see you, John. Okay, Kirsty, yours.
Kia ora koutou katoa. Firstly, I wish to pay my respects following the passing of our esteemed ariki, Tātumu Te Hiuhiu, and acknowledge the huge loss to our community. Tātumu was a deeply humble, dignified and respected leader. His legacy will continue to guide and inspire generations to come. Moi mai rā e te ariki. 15 years ago, I stood in our old council chambers, humbled and not quite believing that I had been elected as councillor for our Mangakino-Pouakani ward. Standing there to tautoko me that day was a rōpū of students from Mangakino Area School, performing a powerful haka to acknowledge the occasion. I remember being told afterwards it was the first time a haka had been performed in those chambers, something that genuinely surprised me. I quickly realised that aspects of Te Ao Māori didn't feature in formal council meetings the way I had expected. I came from a community where tikanga was a natural part of daily life, so stepping into the very different world of local government was a steep learning curve for me. I remember starting this role full of optimism about all the things I wanted to do immediately for our Mangakino-Pouakani communities, but I soon came to realise it wasn't as straightforward as I had thought it would be. Before any project could be considered, there were lengthy processes to follow, legislation to understand, significant planning and consultation, and so many boxes to tick before you could get the green light. but I'm so grateful for all I've learned on this journey. My biggest learning was that the most important part of being a councillor is building relationships. No project can happen without the support of your colleagues at the council table. Nothing is achieved alone. It takes collaboration and teamwork. That includes working with your fellow councillors, mayor, CEO, and council staff, as well as with your community, your iwi and hapu partners, community groups and stakeholders. In this role, I've learnt so much about how local government works, and I've gained privileged insight into communities across our district through the amazing people I've worked alongside. Over the last 5 traineums, I've had the honour to work with teams of incredible people who genuinely had the community at heart of all their decision making. I want to thank my colleagues past and present who have supported projects like the refurbishment of our Mangakino Sports Hub, Waikato Road Trails, district-wide water rating, upgrades to our Three Waters infrastructure, and currently the Mangakino Lakefront development, one of the largest council investments ever made in our ward, with the potential to bring lasting economic and social benefits to our community. I'm also proud to have played a part in projects and events across the district that have been delivered by this council, from Ironman and Supercar Championships to the Mangakino Lake Hop, from Te Matapuna in Tūrangi, the airport redevelopment and Waiora House in Taupo, to the many beautiful walkways, skate parks, playgrounds, planting, and following COVID, the shovel-ready projects that resulted in the stunning Taupo Town Centre transformation. Many of these achievements were made possible through genuine collaboration with iwi and hapu partners. I was incredibly proud when our council voted to establish Māori ward seats. It was such a step forward for our community. Since then, I've seen firsthand the benefits of greater representation and equity in local governance. Over the last 15 years, our council has grown in its understanding of and commitment to Te Ao Māori. I remember when karakia were first introduced at council meetings. That traineum, I said the karakia every meeting. And the next traineum, it was Tanganui or I leading them. But in time, every councillor learned and participated. Te reo classes followed. Our waiata repertoire grew. These were more than just symbolic gestures, they were a genuine shift in how we show up as community leaders. I sincerely hope our Māori wards continue. They have made us a stronger, more inclusive council. They've widened our understanding and deepened our respect. We are a better team because of them. Standing here, or sitting here, in these new council chambers 15 years later is a testament to the strengthened partnership. Another thing I've come to deeply appreciate is the work of our community groups across sports, arts, environment, events and social development. They are the heartbeat of our district. I also want to acknowledge our community engagement teams who have built real trust with our people. In a time when misinformation spreads faster than the truth, their role is more critical than ever. Looking ahead, I believe one of the biggest challenges facing local government will be combating misinformation and disinformation. With newspapers disappearing and unfact-checked social media taking their place, Council will face a significant challenge to ensure our communities have access to accurate information and meaningful context. To my colleagues who are restanding, I wish you all the very best in the upcoming elections, especially in the face of many keyboard critics. Kia kaha, we need you there. Serving this community, the people of the Taupō District, has been a true honour. This year has been particularly hard for me personally, as I've spent many months supporting my son Tama in hospital and throughout his recovery. I want to thank everyone for your aroha during this time. It's been truly appreciated. Tama has been a significant part of my time on council. In our first traineum, Anna Park and I were both pregnant, a time leaders, we could do both. So when Tama was born with a rare syndrome, I suddenly gained insight into what living with a disability is like, the struggles of accessing your community with a wheelchair. Bringing that perspective and advocacy to the council table has been very important to me. I've also seen this council flourish in that space, helping grow a collective voice for those with additional needs and incorporating accessibility more meaningfully into our planning and infrastructure. There are many people I want to thank. To our Mayor and fellow councillors, past and present, thank you for your partnership, your perspectives and your passion. We didn't always agree, Duncan, and that's okay. Democracy to me is about listening with respect, considering all views and making decisions that you believe are in the best interest of the community. And I believe we've honoured that. To council staff, Your hard work, dedication, professionalism, and deep knowledge often go unseen by the public, and I want to acknowledge you all. You're the backbone of this organisation, and I'm grateful for your support over the years. To my community, thank you for your trust and support. Every call, every meeting, every concern you raised or idea you shared all helped me do my job better. I'm incredibly proud to be part of such an amazing community. To my whānau, my husband and my children, thank you for always being there for me. Your love and support has been my strength through every step of this journey. The challenges facing the next council are very real. Balancing community needs with rates affordability is no easy task, but I have every confidence that this council and this community will meet those challenges with strength and aroha. As I step away from this role, I do so with pride, knowing that together we've helped build a more inclusive, more resilient and more connected district. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou katoa, kia kaha, kia u, kia manawa nui. Thank you.
Kirsty. Now, Karam, I believe you're online there. Kia ora, Karam. Your turn.
Kia ora.
I understand. I know you've had a big week, so thank you for taking time to be with us today.
Firstly, forgive my voice. I've obviously lost my voice after what's been a tremendously hard and long week. So forgive me as I fumble my way through this, as I haven't prepared anything. So we'll see how it goes. But tuatahi ake, he anoku te rere tonu nei ko ngā mihi ki tō tātou ariki a tā tumu te heuheu. E takoto ana ki ngā reke reke o kakaramea i raro anō hoki i te maru o tana iwi o tana hapu anō hoki. Nō reira kei taku ariki. Hoi ara, ko tō waka. Ki motu taiko ki te ana o te rangi tua matatoru. E kei hora ki te kahanga raro, ki te ara takatini o ngā tupuna, ki te ara o te taiko e nunu me atu ki te pō. Ka waiho māna o tira rātou te unga mate te taipō. Ka waiho mā mātou ko te tai ao, ati hei Māori ora. Fellow councillors, tēnā koutou. Thank you all so much for your continued leadership and for your continued support of our community, our hapu and our iwi. E puna mihi e kore e mimiti, tēnā koutou katoa. I just wanted to take this opportunity firstly to thank everyone. Mayor David Trewavas, thank you so much for your leadership. Thank you for the banter and the jokes and the good times. I genuinely appreciate being in your company. Nō reire he mihi nui ana tēnā koe tau. I'd also like to acknowledge the long-serving outgoing councillors, Kirsty Truman, John Williamson, who I have had the privilege of getting to know at a personal level, as well as a professional level. I wish you both all the best in your endeavours. Tēnā kōrua. I also want to make special mention to both Anna Park and Deputy Mayor Kevin Taylor. I was fortunate enough to sit in between these two councillors who helped guide me during my first triennium with the Taupō District Council. They weren't afraid to allow me the opportunity to whisper questions in the air, to ask clarifications on acronyms I didn't understand, and to help guide me through my first term with the Taupō District Council. So I really wanted to take this opportunity to thank you both, tēnā kōrua. I also wanted to thank all of the councillors around the decision-making table. Thank you all so much. It's been such a privilege to get to know you all personally, but it's also been such a privilege to allow for us the opportunity to debate the issues that we believe are important for the constituents in which we represent, to be able to do and debate the topics and not the people. And for that, I thank you all. Tēnā koutou katoa. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the local government, New Zealand. I was fortunate enough to meet so many beautiful councillors from throughout the country, both as a member of the young elected members, which I was lucky enough to just scrape in when I was first elected as a councillor, and meeting a network of young elected members around the country who have such a deep passion and love for the space of local government. So I wish them all the best, and I thank them for allowing me an insight into what the future of this entire industry could look like moving forward. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Te Maruata. As a first-term councillor, I was fortunate enough to be nominated onto Te Rōpū Whakahaere o Te Maruata, and I just want to say that was one of the most beautiful and insightful insights into Māori representation across the country within local government. So I thank all of the members of Te Maruata, and importantly also Te Rōpū Whakahaere, e puna mihi e kore mimiti tēnā koutou. As a lot of you know, I've decided to step away after my first term as a Taupō District Councillor, but this has nothing to do with the space itself and everything to do with my family. After the birth of my beautiful baby girl and a refocus of our priorities as a family, I've decided to not stand again within the Taupō District Council. But again, I want to ensure that that's not a reflection of the incredible space that I've been a part of over the last 3 years, but more of a reflection of my values as an individual, and that values is always family first. Nō reira, kia koe e tōro hia ko ngā mihi. For those of those councillors that are standing again, I wish you all the best in your campaign, in the hope that you come back onto the decision-making table. I do have a plea, he tono tāku, is that we work hard to get the joint management agreement over the table. I am disappointed that we weren't able to get it over the table during my triennium, but I have faith in our community, faith in our ability to make the right decisions around our council table, and I'm sure we'll see that signed within the next 3 years. Obviously, I'd love to see the entrenchment of the Māori wards as well. To be one of the first sitting Māori ward councillors for the Taupō District Council is not something I take lightly. It's a privilege I will carry with me for the rest of my life, and I hope that that Māori ward representation will be entrenched and will continue into the future. I also want to remind those that are making decisions around the council table, please hold steadfast and remember that the loudest voice in the room does not make the voice of the majority. So stay steadfast in your values, who you are, and those who you are representing, and stay steadfast in your ability to make the right decisions for our community. If there is a moi moia, if there is a dream, I'd also hope to see more protection mechanisms in place, especially for our wahine in this space. I don't think that they are protected enough, and I think more needs to be done to help ensure that we are doing the best that we can, not only for our wahine, but for all members that work within the local government space. Nō reira, kia kaua e tōro hia ko ngā mihi, kia koutou e he punaroha e kore e mimiti. Tēnei au te mihi nei, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Kia ora tātou katoa.
Kia ora, Karen. Beautiful words, and like your previous speakers, can I just say on behalf of the people of the Taupō District, thank you so much for your input, your wisdom, and all your wise words and good decision making that's taken place. And you know, you've said it all, you guys. You've said it all, and it's not an easy job, but appreciate your decisions for moving on. And you will always be friends. You'll always be welcome here. There's always a cup of tea, so you know, please remain in touch because we might need you on a committee somewhere down the track. But hey, Karen, thank you very much for your words and coming in today on such a big week for you down there, a big 10 days. Kirsty, you know, you've travelled a long way, many days, many nights, and all that sort of thing. John, you've been, you know, very wise words, and you know, your mum is one of my dearest mentors. So, and hopefully you'll be able to carry on that with various young elected members that are coming along. So, So we'll have a cup of tea later, but yeah, well done. And just on behalf of the people of Taupō. Does anyone else want to say any words? Yeah. Yeah. We love you heaps, and just be part of us still. Be much appreciated. Thank you for coming in, John. And I'll shout your beer later. All right. Okay. Now, do we have to move the? Do we move it? Yep. That we accept the speeches, and beautiful words. And I know Karen have been typing furiously here. So if anyone wants a copy of the got to do, that'll be available later. So well done. Okay, could I have a mover that we accept the speeches? Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Seconded by Councillor Shepherd. All those in favour, please say aye. Against, carried. 5.2, Dog Control Policy and Practices Report. We're going from chalk to cheese, haven't we? Or cheese to chalk. Okay, Cam and Jess, good to see you guys.
Kia ora koutou. It's a little bit difficult to follow that
Sorry,
with the
Tim.
dog report.
Sorry, Tim.
I'd just like to introduce Tim Dobbin. Tim is our Senior Compliance Officer. He's here on behalf of Cam, who is currently in a hotbed with his kids on holiday. So I'll take the report as read. I do have a couple of things that I'd like to highlight, and Tim is here to answer any technical questions that you may have. Last year we saw a reduction of approximately 750 or so dogs, and the corresponding reduction of 485 owners. This is due to a number of reasons, but mostly the economic climate. So when dogs pass away in these tougher financial times, people just don't replace their animals for obvious reasons. When it's $45 for a bag of dog food at the supermarket, you can understand that. We know that we've seen that our number of service requests have remained static, so the dogs that cause the issues are still constant in our community. And we also saw a big changeover from Magic to CI Anywhere in terms of issuing our infringements. This also meant that the data that we had in the systems was cleansed and is now as 100% accurate as it possibly can be. So if there are any questions, Tim and I are happy to take them.
Thank you, Jess. Anything, nothing to add there, Tim? No, all good. How long have you been in the role?
Senior Compliance Officer for a year now.
Yeah, oh, good on you. Great. Any questions regarding dogs? Councillor Taylor.
No, more of a comment, just reading through the stats, Jess, Tim, and I appreciate the number of dogs is down, but every other stat that I read there paints a good news picture. And I reflect on, as Chair of the Dog Control Committee, we've convened in the last 12 months nearly once. Yeah, like not at all, which I think is a reflection of the good work the team's doing, so well done on that.
Cool, thank you, Deputy. Any other comments? Councillor Leonard.
Yeah, I'd just like to back up what Councillor Taylor said. When I went through the statistics, they were really pleasing to see the direction of travel in all of them. It's not an easy job you guys get to do, but thank you for doing that on behalf of our community, because it's not the one that anyone wants to be doing out there, so we appreciate what you do, so thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Leonard. All good? Okay, resolution there that we accept the report, receive the report. Could I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Lachlan, seconded by Councillor Williamson. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, carried. Hey, thank you, Jess. Thank you, Tim. Whenever I see the dog control officers, they've always got a smile on their face. You know, they're always very friendly, and of course they help a lot of people in a lot of ways, not just dogs, of course. You know, so could you pass our thanks on, please, Tim? Yeah, cool. All right. Next up, we have 5.3 traffic control device updates. And up. And up and clear. Good afternoon, team.
Good afternoon, Worship and Councillors. Normally we bring this agenda item to the Taupō Reserves and Roading Committee. And there are a few items that we need to tick off before the next scheduled meeting, which I think's next year. So, yeah, we're here today just to run through we've got 16 items on the agenda, but they relate to 4 projects. 2 projects are the new roundabouts that are currently being installed as we speak. So that's just to formalise the giveaway priorities, the no stopping markings that we need, the zebra crossing markings that need to be legalised. And I'll pass over to Anok to explain the other 2 items, unless you want us to go through each one separately.
Oh no, that's fine. I think what you suggest. Oh, Kylie, did you have a?
Yeah, there's just an item there. It's on the third page, and number 4, the bus stop on Whites Road. I just wondered if there's anything more that we could have done there. I've been approached by a few members of the community just around the health and safety aspects of it. And I'll be quite honest, a bus stop sign is nice, but there's some bollards that have been taken out there. The trucks rolling into the business next door has doubled in the last 12 months, so it's a substantial move in transport there. And just right where it is and the way that the trucks are swishing in and swishing out, it's just, I'm quite concerned about the children and the numbers that are coming into Taupō, and that's the meeting point. It's a number of buses that are coming in and out from that location. So just, while I appreciate the bus stop, it's just kind of, is there more that we could be doing in that place and space, please?
Through the chair, thank you for the question. Yes, we are looking at doing some redesign. So that would include putting a concrete median where just the line marking is, where the bollards are, and also looking at widening the section as you enter from Broadlands to Whitelands Road. We looking to widen that section as well. That will give enough space for the bus stop and the vehicles turning into the Whitelands to maneuver safely. So it's in our list, and we right now we're going through the design process, and as soon as that finalized, it will be implemented.
That's great. Just another request along those lines. Is there any way, just where it's situated with the way that it is the lip, and then in the fog on a good Broadlands morning, you can't actually see it. So for some school locations, they'll have yellow flashing lights that go on just during that period of the day when there are likely to be children there, whether we could consider, that was the other request of the community.
All right, continue with the item. So item number 1 to 3 is about taxi stand and car park change outside 8 to 10 to Wharatua Street. So this proposal is to swap the location of the taxi stand and car park, including a mobility park with a time limit of 120 minutes and a standard parking with the hour 60 minutes. This is because local business and the Taupo alcohol group, and especially the police, have raised concerns about late night congestion and safety when taxi blocks the space. So the outcome we're trying to achieve here is to reduce congestion, improve pedestrian safety, and provide fair access to parking for both taxis and the public. That's all our items covered. That's 16 in total.
Okay, cool. So just explain the taxi thing, situation outside Finn McCall's. Is that where you're talking? Yeah. So what are we actually doing there? Sorry. Putting more parks?
Yeah, we're just swapping the location. Currently, taxis stand outside that restaurant area.
Yes.
No, the parking are outside the restaurant area and taxi on the other side. So we're just swapping it, because even there's the parking, taxis been taking the space to park overnight and affecting other parkings.
Okay, cool. Any questions there? No, has it been in conjunction with the hospo industry at all? Have they been consulted at all?
Yes,
or
yes,
talked to?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. All the parties
So
have been
it's- the
consulted and
idea's
they
come from
agreed.
them. Okay, cool. Any questions? No? Okay. All right, so that's that question. Where's the resolution there? Are we going to talk about the others, or that's pretty straightforward, or if any councillors have any queries on them? Any curly ones there, Claire? That we're going to get any kickback on?
Don't think so.
No?
No, through
makes
the
sense.
chair.
Yep. Cool. Oh, sorry,
yeah.
Councillor Shepherd?
Again, more of a statement. I'm actually really pleased to see all of this happening. I'm thoroughly pleased that you're dealing with 2 Wharetoa Street, because left-turning traffic from Tongariro Street was getting quite congested on that side, and the taxi stands weren't using the taxi stand. So well done on that. And these roundabouts that are coming through as well, I'm so pleased to see them underway. They are some troublesome intersections. So I'm very happy with the work that's being done, and happy to move.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Endorse those words too. Taharipa Road, I was up there today with that roundabout going in there. Well done with the commercial operators too. You know, like, plenty of people there advising where people to park and all that sort of thing. So, thanks. Yes, a move by Councillor Shepherd, seconded by Councillor Taylor. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thanks, Anup, and thank you, Claire. Good to see you.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah. Oh, a little late question, interruption by after asking. No.
And actually, it's nothing to do with what you've submitted, but I happened to be up Kokamea Way the other day, and I was on Narua Crescent coming around, and as you come out there and you're looking over to the entrance of Woolworths, there's no sign that says left turn only, and twice now I've seen people turn right, and it's 1 lane traffic.
Oh.
And they're going up the wrong, you know, it's a 2-way medium strip. So you've got the 1 lane going up into the Countdown Woolworths car park, and then you've got the medium strip, and then the other side of the road where the housing is, there's no sign that says left turn only. So I think that could be helpful.
Cool. Any others while we're at it? No, sorry. I would like an indicator sign down there. No, that's all right. No, good one. All right, to remove in second. Thank you, Anup, and thank you, Claire. Good to see you. Right, 5.4, Louise. New public road names, East Urban Land Subdivision, Louise Wood. Good afternoon, Louise. Kia ora.
Kia ora koutou.
Good to see you.
Good to see you all too.
Yeah.
As with Claire Charlin's item just then, this would normally go to the Taupō Reserves and Roading Committee meeting, but because we've got the subdivision ready to go, it has to be done at this meeting. So I take it as read, but just want to point out that I do have a minor correction. Under the discussion part of my item, I say that the proposed road names did not have any duplications or similarities to other road names in the Taupō District. That's actually incorrect. There is a Matariki Street in Tukanu. I just missed that in the application. So, but what I was advised from the property team is that they consulted with the emergency services about that, and they accepted that it was sufficiently geographically different locations that it was okay to accept Matariki Drive within this subdivision.
One's Matariki Street,
Yes.
Street, and this one's Drive.
Yes.
Okay, so hopefully that's different. No Pahutakawa? I think I've seen another one somewhere, but I could be wrong.
No, I'm pretty confident
That's
that
the
all the
only
other
one?
ones there.
Only one. Cool.
They're new.
Thank you, Louise. Any questions of the names? No? All straightforward. Thank you so much for bringing that. Get some more streets into the parish. Great. Could I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Williamson. Seconded by Councillor Westerman. Those streets be named. Thank you. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Very good. Thanks, Louise.
Thank
good
you.
to see you. 5.5, delegation of decision making to a commissioner for land use resource consent to Sorrento Drive, Taupō. Proposed eatery. Eva, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Kia ora koutou.
Yeah.
Your Worship and Councillors. Firstly, actually, I'd just like to say to Councillor Westman and Taylor, thank you for being available for hearings and to be commissioners and for holding that qualification. It's not always resulted in a hearing, but being able to contact you and ask has been good, and good to have that around the table. But for this item, we need to go externally. So there's a conflict of interest around this project that means that we can't undertake it in-house. So just looking for delegation to be able to put that out to a qualified independent commissioner. And the one we're looking for there is to appoint Gina Sweetman. So Gina was recently commissioner for us a couple of weeks ago for the hearing at Seven Oaks. So yeah, she's got some recent experience in the district. So that's that first item.
Oh, thank you, Heather. Okay, I was just trying to get my bearings.
So this
Hocker
is
Falls Road, isn't it?
yes, off Hocker Falls Road. So there's a little church on the corner, and it's a proposal to put a little, to put an eatery in there.
I
So
got married in that church.
Oh, pretty good.
Still married too. Any questions or queries for the commissioner, appointment of the commissioner? Happy to move? All right. No other comments, Heather?
No, there's another item on the same line.
Okay, do you want us to move that? Is it all
So
one
from-
resolution or no? Yep. Cool. So moved by Councillor Lachlan, seconded by Councillor Westman. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Right, next one.
Right, so the next one is because the
5.6.
delegation of this particular decision making cannot come through staff, it has to come through from elected members. So during the period where there won't be meetings like this to be able to come to, we're just looking to put in place some ability to appoint commissioners should we need them. So that's really to do with items where as staff we may have a conflict of interest, or where things may need to be made in the absence. So we've got 4 named qualified independent commissioners there, being Gina Sweetman, Cam Twigley, Rachel Dimmery and Bill Worsley.
Cool. It's a good lineup, I'm sure. Happy with that move? Deputy Mayor, seconded please. Councillor Shepherd. Thank you, Heather. Good to see you.
Thank you. Wish
All
you
those
well.
in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thanks, Heather. Right. 5.7, continuation of the Taupō District Council Licensing Committee into the 2025 to 28 triennium. Shaney. Good afternoon, Shaney.
Good afternoon, Your Worship and Councillors. So this item proposes the continuation of the Taupō District Licensing Committee beyond the elections into the next triennium. Councils are able to continue committees over in this way under the Local Government Act. We've considered all of the committees that you currently have and don't think there's a need to to continue any of the others on. And the reason we're suggesting this for the District Licensing Committee is simply to avoid delays for people and businesses making applications under the Sale and Supply of Alcohol Act. So happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Do we have the names of those people or?
Pardon, the names of the
names
people
of the committee?
on the District Licensing
Yes.
Committee? Yeah, there are 9 members,
9,
external
right,
appointed.
yeah. Okay,
appointed, and 8 of them are appointed through to the end of November 2028.
Okay,
So they're
cool.
all in place.
Any questions of Shaney? Business carries on. Good. Could I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Westman. Seconded by Councillor Shepherd. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thank you, Shaney. Right, New Zealand Mutual Liability Risk Pool. Trust deed variation. Jeanette. Good afternoon, Jeanette.
Good afternoon, Your Worship and Councillors. The purpose of this paper is to seek your approval to some proposed amendments to the risk pool trustee. The paper includes some background information for those that may be a little bit unfamiliar with what risk pool is. So I'll take the paper as read and try to answer any questions, but the paper is quite full of information.
Cool. Thanks, Jeanette. Any questions or queries from Jeanette on that very full report? Councillor Westerman.
And you might not have this, but just under the domestic litigation, it said two of these items are scheduled for trial in September 25. Is there any information on the outcome of those two trials?
Not as yet, no, sorry.
All right. Thank you, Jeanette. You have to move? Accept that? Yep. Councillor Lachlan, seconded by Councillor Leonard. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thank you, Jeanette. You're next up too. 5.9, approval of operational and capital carry forward from 24-25 to 25-26. Jeanette.
Hi, Aggie. So the purpose of this paper is to approve, to gain your approval to carry forward capital and operational expenditure that was unspent in 24-25, and we are planning on spending in 25-26. The key principles that we use to make the decisions on whether to carry forward amounts is at the bottom of page 70, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Thanks, Jeanette. Any questions? Councillor Taylor.
Sorry, Jeanette, it's more of a comment, and it's not directed at you or any of the finance team. This has been an ongoing issue in terms of what we used to call euphemistically the bow wave. Now it's carry forwards, and we are rating the community to pay for these when we're not delivering them and we're pushing them forward. And I just note, it's not on the board at the moment, but point 3 in the resolution that we direct the Chief Executive to consider deliverability. I just want to highlight and emphasise that is mission critical if we're ever going to get on top of the things that we can't deliver within a particular year. And I'll just temper that by saying full credit to all of the teams and the project management team for delivering, was it 115, 120% plus of the budget. That is an outstanding result. However, there are still all of these things that need to be sorted. So it's not a shot at anyone, it's just more of a general comment that we need to collectively get our act together to get on top of these things. Thanks.
Through the chair, if I may, just to follow from Deputy Mayor's comments, this paper has come to you today because you don't actually have a council meeting for another few months. There's further work to be done, but we did need to be able to enable the organisation to continue to work, and so it did have to be signed off at this meeting. Even since the agenda's gone out, we've continued conversations at the exec level around some of the projects that are in there, and some of the expenditure's actually been made since this paper was pulled together, so some of it reflected commitments that were made at the time. Back in, I don't disagree with the Deputy Mayor, there is work for us to do. We looked at that through the LTP and gave ourselves a period of 3 years to work our way through the carry forwards. In terms of rating, we did make an adjustment at the time when we had prepared our LTP around this too. So fully accept and fully agree that there's work to be done. Just really wanted to confirm that this did have to come here to enable the organisation to continue during that period before we have another council meeting in what will likely to be December.
Thank you, CEO, for the clarification. Appreciate it. Right. 1, 2 and 3.
Yes, through the chair.
Yes. Councillor Shepherd.
Just reiterating part of what Kevin said there, taking carry through forward is always a bit problematic and always a bit of an unknown. I do note though that a lot of these carry forward projects are in motion, so they will happen. And I'm also just picking too that the forecasting that we are predicting to do or anticipating to do should help with that carry forward, shouldn't it? Yeah, and that's going to be made quite clear in the performance report when that does happen. Yeah, okay. All right, well, I look forward to achieving more than 113% now that we've set that precedent next year. Thank you.
Good. Any other comments? Okay, there's a recommendation there, 1, 2 and 3. I have a mover, please. Thanks, Councillor Shepherd, seconded by Councillor Truman. Thank you, Jeanette. Appreciate it. All those in favour, say aye. Those against, carried. Right, 5 point. Oh, yeah. So 5.11 next, or yeah. 5.10. Okay. So 5.11, local government funding agency, AGM matters. Annual meeting matters.
Okay, the LGFA has their annual meeting in November, and I'll be representing council at that meeting. I just need direction from you as to how to vote on the items that are mentioned in the paper, which is around election of officers and approval of the annual report. Sorry.
Okay. Any suggestions? So you're attending the meeting?
Yes,
Yeah,
I am.
101. Right. Okay, 1, yes. 2, yes. 3. Does anyone know these people?
So I could, through the chair, if I could suggest a couple of things. First of all, I want to acknowledge Sarah for her involvement in stepping down earlier this year, was it? Yeah, and thank you for your contribution to that. I have no personal knowledge of any of these people, so I'm happy to take the paper as read, unless anyone else has got. I find it very difficult to speak one way or the other about Becky, about whom you have no knowledge. But I've no reason to doubt the efficacy of the paper before us, and I'm quite happy to accept what we've got.
Sarah, be happy to comment on. Do you know these people?
Yeah, through the chair, we appoint people to the Shareholders Council to essentially make recommendations to us on who we should appoint, and these are the recommendations came through from the Shareholders Council. You may remember last year that we actually didn't go with one of the Shareholder Council recommendations, but generally speaking, they do a lot of the heavy lifting behind the scenes to bring us sound recommendations on who we should be appointing to these processes.
Do I have a mover? Happy to move, seconded by Councillor Williamson. 1, 2 and 3, A, B and C. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thanks, Jeanette. Right, next up, 5.10, performance report. Julie, fresh from your holiday, correct. Nice to see you back, Julie.
I'm actually going to start by perhaps on behalf of my team, so the staff, just acknowledging Councillor Williamson, Councillor Truman and Councillor Fletcher, and say thank you for your support, and indeed all the councillors as we end that near that time in the triennium. In terms of the report itself, it does actually talk a lot around the pre-election period, which we're clearly into, and is reported through this as well. So there's not really much that I wish to highlight, but certainly open to taking questions as normal. It's a report of many parts. So the first section is an update from the exec team around their portfolios and what's been happening in their departments. Second part is from Joe this time, for Pernell being on leave, and from Jeanette. So very happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Julie. Any questions, Julie, before we get into Joe? Councillor Shepherd.
I just recall at a previous meeting that we did fire through some district plan changes for exemption. Has anything come back in regards to that?
I'm gonna.
Through the chair, I can answer that. The latest update is that they've come back requesting further information, further detailed information. So the team are working on that response, and then we're hoping to hear back from them. I understand that there's been a flurry of councils that have applied for this exemption, so they may be under the pump as well.
Thank you, Warwick. Thank you. Okay, Joe.
Kia ora koutou. I'm here just to speak to the portfolio update today. Penel's on leave. Just a few things to highlight worth making mention of. Our water services delivery plan was accepted by DAA, so that was a nice milestone to get to. We've got, obviously, kicking into spring, construction starting around the place, which I'm sure you would all be aware of. The Lake Terrace work is happening. Travis is going to give us a quick update about the roundabouts and what's going on at Owen Delaney. We've got a few water projects, really significant milestones with Canlock treatment plant, processing drinkable water, which is awesome, and due to open in October, which is fantastic. And I know Amori's not far away either. I think that's November at this point. And Jason was going to come and give a quick update on Mangakino, but unfortunately he had to step away for a site visit. But he did just pass me a few notes, and it's really nice that you're finishing up, Kirsty, with this kind of moving ahead with the work that's happening at the lakefront. So there's 3 designs that you're aware of that's gone out for public feedback. There's currently 110 submissions that have been received. And so the next steps will be taking that feedback, the public feedback, into a final design. And I know they're also underway with some of the surveys and soil sampling, etc., that needs to progress for that. So yeah, that's progressing nicely. And I think the engagement events have been really well received as well, from what I heard.
Councillor, just before Trav, Councillor Westerman.
I popped over on Friday night, and what a fabulous setup it was. Really, really good engagement with a variety of people, locals, people there for the lake hop, and just people having kids and everything coming in. The little caravan, whatever it's called, what a little winner that is when the rain started coming in and the little generator came on so they could sort of have the light on. And between Jason and Claire, they did a really good job of meeting and greeting and engagement. There was another lady there who, I didn't catch her name, I think from council, but well done.
I'll pass that on. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Westerman. Trevi.
Afternoon, everyone. Yeah, just a quick update on a couple projects in town. So the roundabout project has been underway for about 2.5 weeks now. Contractors are doing an amazing job down there. I think they've been spotted working every weekend since they started. So they're a bit ahead of schedule, which is nice. Right now we're at Crown Taharapa, and we're expected to be out of there before the end of October, at which stage we're going to be moving to AC Baths Tauhara Road for the next bit, and then we'll come back after Christmas and do a reseal of Taharapa Road. So things are going really well there, and the weather's played ball so far, so fingers crossed. At Onalini Park, you may have seen something on Facebook, so that's well underway at the moment. Contractors are stuck in. They're already ahead of schedule, although we are very early in the piece, but they're doing a good job down there. And we are currently in the concept stage of the grandstand seismic upgrades and upgrades of the changing room there.
That's the very question I was going to ask. With the change in administration in Wellington yesterday, does that still need to be done?
I'm not a structural engineer, so I'm not going to comment on what it needs. But we did pick up, I received, I think, 5 emails yesterday and today about that. I did see the article. I have passed that on to our structural engineers to see if it does impact. So I guess we're awaiting that response. But
yeah, it'd be good to check that out, because it was only built in the 90s, and if we can get away with not doing it, would be a good thing. It doesn't look like it's going to fall down to me, but anyway. But yeah, just since that commentary yesterday from the government, taking the pressure off all those building owners, I think it's worth looking into. Thanks, Trav.
Yeah.
Right. Anything else, Jane? Jeanette. Oh, sorry. Any questions of Trev? We have on Delaney or the roundabouts? You've heard my commentary earlier about the goodwill gestures at up the Taureka Road shops. You know, it's very well organised. So well done.
Through the chair, I'll just make a quick comment if I can about Owen Delaney Park, because I'm really, really proud of the team and the work that they've done to deliver this project with no rates contribution whatsoever. We've really looked outside the box to find a way to deliver for the community without impacting on rates, and the team's done it. So far, so good. Well done. Thank you very much. So we're gonna have to do a bit more of that in the future, I think.
Cool. Well done. If we can get away with that seismic stuff, be even better. No? All right, Jeanette.
I've just got the financial report at the back of the performance report, and I'll take it as read, but happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Further questions of Jeanette or the CEO or Joe? No? All pretty straightforward? Okay. Well, there you go. That's the last triennium report for you, Julie.
We'll do it again next
You
week.
want to sing a song? Sing a song?
Yes. I mentioned earlier, I just want to take the opportunity to acknowledge Joe, Sarah, Tony Howell, the team, to deliver the water service delivery plan over being a part of the working group for the last 18 months, along with Rachel and Kevin. Outstanding work. Many people have not a clue of what's involved, the work that goes behind the scenes, developing that. So just acknowledge your excellent work and your team as well. Thank you.
Well done, John. Are you happy to move it on that basis?
Just before you do
Just
a couple of comments just on page 87 of the report. I just note the Crown Road industrial development as an example of another good news story at no cost to ratepayers, and that the blocks that pending sale are going to cover the costs of that whole thing. So that's actually outstanding, and I note the TEL fund has gone through 80 million, so that's again an outstanding result for everyone. And I'll just echo John's words, Joe, for your work you've done. And will continue to do.
Good. Cool. Okay. Who wants to move it? You happy to, John? Kirsty, you happy to second? Final performance report. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Carried. Move into confidence now, correct? Yep. Could I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Taylor, seconded by Councillor Lachlan. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Carried.